Hello everyone and welcome back to another Digimon video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at some features that I would like to be added to the game. Now obviously there is no way to know if any of these features are going to be added, so this video is just for fun. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what other features you would like to be added, and if you agree with some of the things I'm gonna say. And yeah, let's get started. We're starting out with things that are very simple, and then later we'll talk about more complicated stuff. But the very first two features are very simple. And yeah, the first one have to do with riding mode. So we can ride on Digimons, as you can see, and it gives you a little bit of a speed boost. So it's good for mobility, right? It's pretty cool. You can ride on a lot of Digimons. But I would like to ride on some more Digimons. Let's give an example. Here we can ride on the normal War Greymon. Now, looking at War Greymon, he doesn't really look rideable. But yeah, when you ride on him, he just moves his arm like that, and you can, mount on War Greymon and move and all this stuff. But you cannot do the same thing with Black War Greymon, despite it looking exactly the same. Like, they are exactly the same model with the same skill animation. The only difference is the color. Why can we not ride on Black War Greymon? That is kinda weird. And same thing goes to Drulomon. Now, why can we not ride on Drulomon? He looks, very rideable, as you can see. And if you watch the Crosswords anime, a lot of characters did ride on Drulomon. Why can we not do the same thing in DMO? Kinda weird. Like, come on, we can ride on Cross 5, but not on Drulomon. Speaking of Cross 5, we can ride on Cross 4 or Cross 3 for some reason, so what's with that? And then we have Goatmon. Why can I not ride on Goatmon? Like, I can ride on Magnadramon and even Valkyremon, but not Goatmon. Like, come on, we want to ride on the goat. And look at how he moves. Don't you want to ride on that glorious goat? Come on. Next feature is really simple, but it's really annoying. It's more stackables. I'll show you what I mean, okay? So we have, yeah, here we go. We have reset capsules that are character bound, and then we have another reset capsules that are character bound, as you can see, but they do not stack for some reason. Like, what is this? This is kind of ridiculous. Why do we have two different items that cannot, not two different items, two items that are exactly the same? Like, they are literally the same item, and both are character bound, but one have a red name and one have a blue name, and because of that you can't stack them, which is just ridiculous. It's taking up slots in the inventory. And the other problem is, yeah, this and this. Like, what's with that? I think we need more stackables. Like, fine, with red blue, fine, it's 3000 stack. I have a lot, like, fair enough, okay? But when it comes to banana, like, I have a lot of bananas. Come on, why can I not stack them more than 999? Like, we can stack the red light to 3000. We can stack the chicken combo to 3000, but not the banana. Like, that's just taking a lot of space in my inventory. So same thing goes to the X antibody. I just wish that items would stack more, so it would be better. Like, back in the day it was worse, but I think it could be improved even better. Right, it can be much better. So yeah, very simple. I would love for the items that are the same to stack. The actually same thing goes to some of hatchback capsules and other items, but the example I have here is set capsules. Yeah, I would love for items that are exactly the same to stack, and the stack size for some of the healing items to change from 9990 to it's 999 to like 3000 or even more, because yeah, it's taking up precious inventory space. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of space in my inventory, and my warehouse is even bigger of a mess. So yeah, let's move on to the next features, which are actually somewhat bigger than this. Alright, next is I would like for some more X Digimons added to the X Ticket exchange. So yeah, when X Ticket were added, there was not a lot of Digimons you could craft. A lot of Digimons like Galantamon X and Magnamon X, all when they were added, they were only cash shop, loot box exclusive, and then later they were added to the X Ticket shop, so you can craft the X Factory using X Ticket. So these Digimon basically became free to play and became obtainable for free to play players. Now, of course, they are ridiculously expensive, like 19,000 X tickets for Dynasmon X is actually not worth it. However, someone like me, who actually don't really care about meta but care about collecting the cool Digimons I like, I would like to be able to get some of these Digimons. Like, I already got Grantumon X and Doftumon X. I would like to be able to get more Digimons, like Gismon X, for example. The last Digimon that was added was Alphor's Vigamon X a while back. So that was like, what, like a year ago or something? That was yeah, it's been so long since we got any Digimon added to the X ticket, so I would like for more Digimon to get added, and maybe Omega X. We only can, of course, get the alpha. We need the beta as well, which for now you can only obtain from loot boxes. I would like to be able to obtain Omega X as well in the X ticket shop. I mean, that's kind of like stretching it. They're probably not gonna do that now because they care about money and stuff. But yeah, I would like other X Digimon added in the X ticket exchange. That would be cool. Like things like Gaiumon or Rosemon X. These ones are like trash. Like, come on, add them to the X ticket shop already. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, next we have something that is actually pretty big and very important to be added in my opinion, and something I really would like to be added to the game, and that is one option change stone. So we have option change stone and we have accessories in the game. Now this is my necklace. Let's look at it. It have critical damage, have attack and attack speed, all good, but then we have defense. Defense is trash. Now if I want to change the defense, I have to roll. We're gonna use this ring as an example, use option change stone, and what we get is it's gonna change all 4 stats, and that is a problem. So getting a perfect accessory is actually really hard because you need to get extremely lucky to get, I mean, maybe not, but honestly I feel like it's too luck based in my opinion. Like, I would love to have an option change stone that will only change one number in one option instead of all 4, because right now it's really annoying. Like, I'm not gonna rerule this necklace because, you know, the chance to get all 4 the options you need is actually not high, but it's, I don't know, like, in my experience, accessories luck are the worst thing in DMO, the second worst thing. Like, I would love to be able to change one option instead of all of them, because yeah, accessories luck is just annoying. It's like artifact in Genshin Impact. It's really bad, and I would like to have an option stone that would only change one option. Like, you can see my ring, it's perfect ring, yeah, but it's not the perfect size that I would love. Okay, like attack, HB, I would love for HB instead of basic attribute. I care more about survivability more than damage. So yeah. Alright, for the next feature we are here in the DMO wiki, and yeah, this feature is what I want, is better Digimon's balance. I will explain what does that mean. So we have Shoutmon Cross 5. It's a 5-way joggers. You need 5 Digimons. You need Shoutmon, Ballistamon, Durulmon, Starmons, and Sparumon. Okay, you need all 5 Digimons. Now, reminder, if we hop into the game, that if you like, I have all of them, but if you like make a new character, you only can carry up to 3 Digimons. So to carry all 5 Digimon at once, you need 2 mercenary expansion, which you can get only from the cash shop. As you can see, it's 99 crown each, so you need 2 of this in addition of needing good crown. Yeah, here's a good crown. It's 5 crown each. You need 27 good crown. That's just to unlock Shoutmon Cross 5. And of course you need to level all 5 Digimons, in addition of course having all 5 Digimons, and all 5 Digimons are cash exclusive Digimons. You cannot get them anywhere else. You have to farm, you have to buy them with Terra or Crown from other players. So overall, Shoutmon Cross 5 is one of the more expensive joggers Digimons. And taking a look at his stats, these are his stats, you know, 2.4 attack speed, 2.3,000 attack, and 6,000 base HP, right? On the other end of the spectrum, we have Moon Millenniumon. It's a joggers Digimon between Gazimon and Black Agumon. Both Digimons are farmable. You can obtain both Digimons for free, and to unlock him, you need to do a quest, a very easy quest that you can do to unlock Millenniumon, and then another quest to unlock Moon Millenniumon. He's very easy to obtain. He's completely free, and taking a look at his stats, speaking of free, you can even obtain both eggs right now from the 100 days event. This Digimon is completely free to obtain. And looking at his stats, he has 7,000 HP. Then we're gonna take a look at Shoutmon Cross 5, which is not free and very expensive. He only have 6,000 HP. This guy have, well, they have around the same attack, but of course Moon Leon has much faster attack speed. This guy does 1 hit every 2.4 seconds, and this guy only 2.1 seconds. And also looking at the skill damage, I mean, they are kind of the same, but obviously Moon Millenniumon is much stronger than Shoutmon Cross 5. A very expensive Digimon is weaker than a free Digimon. That is what I mean when I say better Digimon rebalance. And that actually is true for a lot of Digimon. Some Digimons are just way too expensive and it's not really worth it. Like the X Digimon I showed you earlier, like Dynasmon X for example, or I don't know, Rafflissimon or Rustranumon. Maybe Rust is good, but Sleepmon X, for example, these Digimons are very expensive and they are not really worth it at all. So I would love for the game to be more balanced. Digimons who are expensive and take effort to unlock would be stronger than, I don't know, like I just don't feel the current balance is good enough. Like, yeah, I'm happy that we have good free-to-play Digimons, but the expensive Digimons, even as free-to-play things like Chaosmon, this little guy takes 60 days to unlock. He should not be that weak. I think he should be much stronger. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, for the next feature, it might be stretching it a bit. This might be the weirdest thing here, but I would like for Digimons to have something special about them. So, taking a look at every single Digimon in the game, they do one thing: dealing damage. There's no Digimon that, let's say, buffs yourself or your allies or anything. There's no Digimon that debuffs enemies. There's no Digimon that heals himself or anything. All Digimons just deals damage. Of course, there are some exceptions, okay? Like Ultra B, for example, is F3 has a special effect and F2 has special effect, right? But that's like 1% of the Digimons, right? Like Ultra B, some of the armored Digimons, Zed Millenniumon, for example, these are the Digimon that I can name. I would love for more Digimon to have these special effects. So yeah, for the next feature I would like is for the Digimons to have a special effects on their skills, for the Digimons to have type of class system, right? To implement a class system in Digimon Masters Online. So some Digimons would be a tank, like a Digimon that would have high HP and have like a provocation skill that would make him the tank, because right now the tank Digimon is the one that dealing the most amount of damage. So you can't really be a tank unless you have a really high HP and damage, which is usually not the tank. The tank usually have high HP but like mediocre damage. I would love for the game to add more of these archetypes to make the game more fun. And of course, to make it work, there will be a lot of changes to dungeons and how dungeons work. But I think if that would happen at one point, it would be for the best, because right now the meta is very boring. All that matters for any Digimon is how much damage they deal, how is their DPS, which is something I would definitely like to be changed in the future. But yeah, again, it may be stretching it, but yeah, it's just I don't know, just a thought. Alright, for the last feature, I would like to see more dungeons renewals. Now, if you don't know what does that mean, a while back they did a thing, and that thing was adding dungeon renewals, dungeon menu. Like when I want to enter a dungeon, for example, it would show me this, you know, this UI menu thingy. Of course, that didn't exist. This was technically a new feature. They renewed some of the old dungeons. Like this dungeon would previously was like a portal, you would walk through it. Of course, they remade the dungeon, better rewards, and basically made the dungeon better. So a while back they were renewing every dungeon, the old dungeon. Okay, they started with Crack of Digimon and they made it one of the best dungeons in the game, and also the Ancient Ruins of Secret, Kaiser's Laboratory, Datamon's Maze, right? They were renewing all the old dungeons. However, they stopped doing that, and they stopped right at the Holy Beast dungeon when it was their turn next to get renewed to be improved. They stopped, and that is not acceptable. Right? So you have the King Lungmon raid, which is it's not that hard, but it's one of the harder raids. It's not something you would do early game, obviously. It's one of the mid game dungeons. And let's take a look at the rewards. So we have a Looter, kinda trash, Fruit and Miracle Fruit, trash. I guess that is okay, but from that raid I would call it trash. Like getting Jump Booster from King Longmon dungeon is not good. Amazing Renewal and Stones are okay. The food is fine, but again, getting it from this dungeon specifically, I don't think it's worth it really. We also have the buffs, the 2 hours buff. I guess they are okay, except the DS one. I mean, it's fine, I guess. But then we have the 1 minute buff. Literally, these all 3 items are trash. Like 1 minute buff are trash. Chipset upgrade, trash. Kingdom saddle, you only need 1 of it. Then you don't need it again. Then we have the chipsets. This is either trash or not, depends on what you get. So I guess fine, HB is fine, attack is fine. But then we have DS, this is trash, defense is trash, and evasion critical trash. Who uses these chipsets? Then we have the seal, which is fine. Now the ring and the necklace are trash because they are exactly the same as the the other Holy Beast dungeon. Like this is the hardest Holy Beast dungeon. The other three are much easier. So having this being the same reward as the other ones is not acceptable. And then we have, of course, the Kingdom one's Radiant Earring, which is actually pretty good, the best item you can get in here, and the main reason why people even bother with this dungeon. But of course, because it's random, as you can see, you have a box and you have a random chance of getting one of these items. The chance of getting the actual good item is actually pretty small, so you end up doing a lot of runs and you get absolutely nothing worth it. I mean, at least in my experience. And it's even worse when it comes to hard mode. Like, yeah, here we have hard mode, and it still has some of these trash items. For example, the 1 minute buff. Nobody cares about 1 minute buff. There is no shot you would do the whole raid like 18 million HP just to get a 1 minute buff, okay? And yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And of course, the X1 is sealed. It's nice, but like the Jack of Frost, which is the most expensive item here, have a really low chance to obtain it. So I would love for the Holy Beast dungeon to be renewed with better reward, or at least remove the trash item. Like, come on, defense chipset, really? 1 minute speed, 1 minute critical buff. Come on, remove the 1 minute buff. Nobody cares about that BS. And this one is also kind of trash. I think this is the one that gives you 50 attack and 50 S or whatever. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, the dungeon would better have I would love for the dungeons to have a better rewards, or at least not randomized reward. Okay, at least we are guaranteed to get something good. I have done hours upon hours of Scarfooter Crystal EDGH, and I have not gotten a single Jack of Frost crystal. I only keep getting a lot of trash items. So yeah, that is unacceptable. And there you have it. This is my rant about the things I would love to be added to the game. Now, of course, I would love for other things like, you know, remove loot boxes and make the game more free-to-play friendly, or less pay to win, because right now it's not pay to win, it's whale to win, because there is a whole a big brick wall that you will hit at one point, and that brick wall is not even for small spender. That brick wall is called whaling. The difference between triple S Digimon and triple S plus Digimon is huge, not in terms of damage but in terms of price. Like, we have Alpha Molecule X for free, and then we have Omega X for 10,000 Terra or whatever. Like, yeah, I would obviously love for the whole loot box thing to change, but I tried to keep it more realistic, because I doubt they will ever change loot boxes, because they are making a lot of money from it. And yeah, that is the video. Let me know down in the comments what you think, what other feature you would like to see added. And yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it and subscribe for more demo content, and I will see you all in the next video.